What's up, Reapers? Scoville Unit here. For those of you that don't know me, you're about to. I'm the man behind the mic. I'm the heat you can't beat. And I'm the fire that all the fans desire, the one, the only, often imitated, never duplicated, the Scoville Unit. And I'm here in my humble abode. Tonight we have a special episode of the Scoville Unit. Typically on here, we do challenges, we burn, we eat peppers, we win championships. But since I'm retired, it was time to take a new direction. And that direction is pro wrestling. So over the past few months, in my training, I've come to meet a few amazing people, some characters, some criticizers, some people with heart, some people with drama. And the storylines that have been told over the last few months have been pretty intense. But I wanted to start off with one of the most intense ones. This one partaking with the Manimal, Glee, and the mind behind the revolution, Mike Peyton. So tonight we have he himself, mind behind the revolution, Mike Peyton, joining us. So let's bring him on. Let's give him a round of applause, even though most of you don't want to. Ladies and gentlemen, the mind behind the revolution, Mike Peyton. Mr. Peyton.
That was one of the most boring intros I have ever heard of in my life.
Good thing you're not paying me, so it doesn't matter.
I wouldn't anyway.
That's all right. All right, Mr. Peyton, mind behind the revolution. You have a lot to say. You have a lot to get off your chest. So, sir, the platform is yours.
Well, let's get one thing straight. What happened last show is ridiculous. Let's get that out of the way. You see, it has been an ongoing theme here with this company to have these ridiculous and stupid characters. Eugene Chandler thought he was a god. Got rid of him pretty quickly. Then we have this character called the Dude who likes to eat gummies and thank the fans, and he's our world champion. But you see, that's fine. I've had his number many, many times. But there's just this one person, the maniacal Glee, carries around a piñata, and you all love it, including you. You love this stupid piñata. It is ridiculous. This is professional wrestling. There is nothing professional about it. And I am surprised that Dawn even allows a joke like that to come into this company. He was the junior heavyweight champion. I said I was going to take the belt off, and what happened? That's what happened. Now the Revolution has the championship. But yet, Glee is still here. Why is he still here? And then, how long has it been? A year, maybe? A few months, maybe? I don't care. The Manimal? The Manimal. He brings back the Manimal. This George the Animal Steel wannabe. And yet, we all love it. So you see, you're supposed to be asking me the questions. Let me ask you a question. Why?
Well, the answer is pretty simple. It's his tag team partner, man. People go away, people come back. Characters need time to rest. They need to recuperate. They come back. It's just the way it is, man. I feel like you're upset. I really do feel you're upset. And I just don't. You talk all this game, you stand by your word, you do your thing, but you still worry about what other people are doing. You have the title. You did what you said. So why does it bother you that they're around?
Because this is professional wrestling. I'm in this business for a reason. I came into this business with one thing in mind. Give the people the spotlight that they deserve, because guys like you push these people aside. Let me give you a few names. Harlan Calix, the first guy I ever managed, was a tough son of a gun. He needed the spotlight, and I tried to give him it, but then he fell short. Rob Tragedy is another one. I still, from time to time, give him his spotlight. But then I came across Richie Morales. And you see, he was on the pre-shows. The pre-shows. And this guy has God-gifted ability. So what happened? I took him under my wing. He's part of the Revolution, the ace of the Revolution. And what happened? What happened? He is now one half of the junior heavyweight champions. And I can say that now. I can say that now because I defended that title. Even though I didn't want to, even though I shouldn't have, I did. So that means
Freebird rule.
half of the champions as well.
You're not wrong.
That's another character. A surfer. We got a surfer, a guy who wears tie-dye and eats gummies. We had someone who was a skinny prick. And now we have a guy that carries around a pinata like it's a human being and someone who doesn't even speak words.
Correction, it's not a pinata, it's Bruce.
Bruce, whatever, he's a pinata. Do you not remember? I ripped him apart. And what came out of him? Candy.
He's not a pinata anymore, he's a plush toy.
He's a plush pinata.
Okay, we can go with that.
He's still not a human being. But yet he is beloved in this business. And why Molson? People forget Molson owns this company. One of the best. One of the best. Someone I looked up to as a kid allows this, and I don't know why. So it is up to me to get rid of it. And that is why right here, right now, I am begging the powers that be. Whether it's this upcoming show at Uncle Buck's or Uncle Barbecue, whoever's barbecue it is. Mike Peyton, Glee, one-on-one. No outside no Manimal, no Bruce, no Richie Morales. Hell, no chair if you want. Just me and Glee. So I can get rid of this stupid character once and for all and focus on business.
Well, I just sent a message out to the man, the myth, the legend himself, Jack Molson, which, by the way, congratulations to him for his soon-to-be induction into the Hall of Fame.
I will give him a yes.
Get this official while we are live on air. So I want to touch on a couple things you said. All right, you keep saying guys like me. Who are guys like me? A fan of the industry, a person that takes every minute that he gets to step in the ring, where it be just to introduce or to ref or to clean up or whatever. It takes every minute of it and it feels like it's a huge moment. I don't see anything wrong with what I'm doing. Do I not introduce you and give you the same respect that I give everybody else? Yes, it may be a little low. Do I not give Richie his dues and kept saying that he was the light heavyweight champion, which at the time I did not call you it, and I will. You are, via Freebird rule, one half of the light heavyweight champion. Junior heavyweight champion. I apologize. So I give you your dues. You do what you say you're going to do. I appreciate that. I respect that. And one thing I will say, you did take him under your wings. You are teaching him. But doesn't it seem a little interesting that every time you guys find a way to win, it's always some shenanigans involved? Don't you think people would respect you a little bit more if there was less shenanigans?
Listen, there is a old saying that a guy named Mike Valentino told me, which is where the chair comes from. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. And when I say guys like you, I'm talking about the people that accept this BS. This is, I don't know if you guys know this or not, this is professional wrestling. There is nothing professional about someone who carries around a plush pinata, a guy who doesn't speak words, someone who eats gummies. There's nothing professional about that. And I'm pretty sure that is a health violation, a PETA violation. It's some kind of violation because I'm pretty sure that those are edibles. I am pretty sure. So there should be in no circumstances for this guy to be wrestling.
Hey, if I'm correct in Pennsylvania, as long as you have your license, you can do that stuff. Which, hey, far be it for me to tell people what they can and cannot do.
And I want to touch back on something, and you can tell Molson that I'm saying this as well. And Dawn, I don't care who. I talk about giving people the spotlight, the people that are rightful. They deserve the spotlight. So my question is, why are we dwindling on the past? Because I saw a video that Shane Douglas, the franchise, is going to be there in November. Why? We're supposed to be lifting the future in this business. Why are we bringing someone from the past? And I also just heard today, the reinforcer, Andrew Anderson, is also going to be there on the 29th. He's on the poster now. I should be on the poster, but that's neither here nor there. Why is he going to be there? He's on a retirement tour.
I'm going to be honest, that's the first time hearing about Andrew Anderson. That's some pretty awesome news. I'm not going to lie.
He's on the poster. He's on the poster now.
The past is the past, but it's also history. History sets the path for the future. That's why legends return. That's why people like Shane Douglas come to shows to see what the future, you specifically, dude,
Then
Richie,
talk to them in the back. Why do we got to give them the spotlight in the ring?
Well, first of all, they put Anderson on the poster because I'm afraid that if your face went on it, it'd probably rip it. First off. Second of all, he is a pretty handsome individual, so why wouldn't you want him on the poster? Come on, man.
Nobody remembers him. The only thing people remember him for is a Skittles commercial.
Then you just answered your own question. He needs people to remember him, so why not make an appearance?
It's a Skittles commercial.
Hey, taste the rainbow, man.
What does that have to do with wrestling? Listen, this is why I respect Molson, because he doesn't come out here every single month and take the spotlight away from guys. He sits in the back, he critiques, he gives people advice.
That he does.
He doesn't come and steal the spotlight from the younger guys. So why does the franchise get to do it? And this video I saw, who's his friend? He's bringing a friend? What, someone to sit in the audience? That's my question.
I put some feelers out there trying to get to the bottom of that. I wanted to try to break it on here, but I was not able to get any answers from anybody. Nobody's returning my calls. Unfortunately,
because
I do not have
nobody cares. It's Shane Douglas, the franchise. Nobody cares. I sure as hell don't care. Richie Morales don't care. I'm trying to give these guys the spotlight, and then here comes these old washed-up has-beens to take the spotlight.
So I have a question for you. Say you get this match, okay? Say everything goes your way, no interference, you get the clean victory over Glee. What then? What do you want to happen for Mike Peyton, for Richie Morales? What do you want to come from all of this? What do you think would be the next step for the Revolution?
Once we put the Maniacal Glee out to pasture, what's next is that heavyweight championship that is currently held by the Dude. That's what would be next. Or if the Dude is occupied, I hear they brought back some tag team gold in High Ground Pro Wrestling. By the way, where have the tag team champions been?
Mr. Miller made his return last show.
I didn't see a title defense. We're here defending our title every month, apparently.
If I am correct, from what I'm told, they vacated the titles.
So what's next? If the Dude is occupied, put Richie Morales. You know what? Put Richie Morales and myself in a tag team title match. That is what should be next. That is what they say, best for business. Because that would be a damn good tag team right there.
I beg to differ, but I am not the one in charge of making the decisions. That's all Molson and Don. we'll have to see what they have to say. Like I said, I put some feelers out for Molson to see if he can get a confirmation on this match that you are requesting for the show on August 29, 2026 at Uncle Buck's Barbecue in Plymouth, Pennsylvania. Speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, if you have never went to Uncle Buck's, I suggest doing so. They have some of the best barbecue in Northeast Pennsylvania. They're one of my sponsors. I should know. You know anything about sponsors? You got any sponsors?
Actually, I do. The Brothers of Discussion podcast, by the way. They're pretty much a sponsor. It's pretty much a sponsor for me.
It was a real question. It kind of came out a little bit rough because I didn't know. But yeah, that's awesome.
You should know.
But I don't.
I'm the mind behind the revolution. Of course I have sponsors. I'm the greatest manager since Bobby Heenan. I'm going to be the greatest wrestler. I'm going to be one of the best to come from manager to wrestler. It's going to be amazing. The revolution will take over. And the revolution is looking for some new members. Always looking for some new members. And there are a lot of guys in that locker room that I like. Now, I'm going to throw this out there. Listen. The Surfer Boy, we need to get rid of him. He got demolished by Richie Morales at the last show. Demolished. That was pure demolition. But what do they call him? The Murder City Balla, whatever. I respect him. I respect Balla. I'll put that out there. I respect Balla. He might look like a bum, but I can change that. All he has to do is give me a call. Because he has great talent. He's a kind of guy like me. Doesn't give a damn. And I like that. And there are a lot of other guys back there, but I don't want to divulge any names. But that is just one person that I would wish would see the light. Because look who his running buddy is. A Surfer Boy. I don't think that's someone you want to run around with. Especially with a nickname like Murder City Thug or whatever he goes by.
That is correct. And the Surfer Boy's name is John Boy, by the way.
Good for him. Good for him. Ron, what does he want, a cookie for it? He's a surfer.
Just filling in the blanks here. I'm trying to be a journalist as much as I can.
But don't. He's not worth your time. But ask me a question. This is what I'm here for. I'm here for you to ask me a question.
All right. Let's do this. All right. You have your challenge out to Glee, one-on-one. No chair. You heard it here. No chair. No Richie. No Manimal. No interference. You have the challenge out. We're leaving it up to Molson and Don. You stated that after, based off of how it plays out, if things go your way, you think the next thing should be either the World Heavyweight title or maybe even a tag team title shot. Okay, cool. Mike Peyton, the mind behind the revolution. The bounds are endless to what you can accomplish where you're at right now. You have the drive. You have the energy. What happens if, say, Richie under your wings decides that the Padawan has outgrown the Jedi? What happens? There's always a what if. What happens there? Because Richie's very talented. I give him his props. He put on a clinic against John Boy. John Boy didn't even get any offense in. As Jared said, it was a slobber knocker. He did an amazing job. Richie is progressing, and you can see it. What happens if he progresses beyond what you can teach him?
Then that's what I want. That is what I want. Because then the spotlight would be on him. That is what the purpose of the revolution is. Put the spotlight on guys that deserve it, that people just ignore. Again, Richie, when he started, when I found him, he was doing pre-show matches. Pre-show, like not even on the main card, pre-show matches. And you think a guy with that talent deserves to be on the pre-show. No. That wasn't happening. That is why I brought him here to High Ground, and look what happened. I hope he outgrows the revolution. I hope Because that's what the Revolution is all about. That is what it's all about.
I like to hear that. See, the interesting part isn't going into this. My impression of you is your ego was going to get in your way and it was going to cost Richie his title. But just hearing you talk and the way you break this down and the way you talk about him, I don't feel as if your ego is going to do that. I don't. It may cost you some things in the future because there is a fine line between standing up to the boss and standing up to the power and then just pissing off the power and screwing yourself over, which I think you're definitely treading on that direction. But I think your mind's in the right place, Richie, and I do respect that.
I'm going to take over the power. Give me some time, and I will be the one calling the shots in High Ground Pro Wrestling. It's just the witch that we got to get rid of, and it will happen eventually. All she has to do is one mess up, and I get it. That's it. But you see, all Richie has to do is just listen. That's all he has to do. Because you see, I may have just started getting into the wrestling side because I've been held down for a while. But you see, all Richie has to do is listen to my mindset, how things go, how things do go. Don't listen to these fans. Don't give them what they want. It's what you want. It's what the Revolution wants. You don't just wait for handouts. You got to take them. And that's all he's got to do. And then when he does get to the mountaintop and he wants to either stick with the Revolution or wants to go on his own, fine by me. But you just got to listen to the mind behind the Revolution before you get there.
Awesome. I get it. So with that being said, do you have any final words you want to bestow upon the Scoville unit following and those of High Ground Pro Wrestling before we end our conversation here?
Well, November 7th, if you care. I'm pretty sure it's November 7th, if anybody cares. Shane Douglas is going to be there. Hip, hip, hooray. I don't care. Nobody cares. And now Andrew Anderson has been put on the poster for the 29th. Hip, hip, hooray. Good for him. I love sharing a locker room with him, but he's going to go out there and steal the spotlight. So, let this be a message. If anybody else decides from the past that wants to take the spotlight from the younger guys, from the Revolution, there will be hell to pay. Just know that. And Glee. Well, first of all, let's get to the dude. Dude, you're on the clock. You're on the clock. That title is going to go away sooner rather than later. Now, Glee. Let's just say this match does get made official. I don't know if you know this, but I was just in a street fight. So, I am more vicious than you think. See, people think that I'm just some loud mouth who just likes to strut around and mind behind the Revolution. Blah, blah, blah. No, I'm much more than that. Maybe when I first started, I was portrayed as somebody who just hides behind people. No. I'm much more different than that. And so on the 29th, if this match gets made official, you're stepping into the ring with someone who is determined to get you out of this company, this industry. And I'm going to do it. You are going to be sitting next to Eugene Chandler. You're going to be sitting next to Crow. And I cannot wait for that day. And then maybe I'll get to Manimal. Maybe. But as for Glee, I hope to see you on the tour. I hope this match gets made official. Because it'll be the end of Bruce. And it'll be the end of Glee. And he will not come back.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd say it was a pleasure having Mike Peyton on, but I don't like to lie to my fans. Mike, thank you for coming on and bestowing upon us all of that rage. Got a little hot blooded there for a minute. But hey, got it off your shoulders, got it off your chest. We'll wait to see what the answer is. Mr. Peyton, I will see you on August 29th at Uncle Buck's Barbecue. Thank you once again.
Uncle Bucks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have for today. The man has spoken. Shots have been fired. Challenges have been issued. It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks. We will have to wait and see what takes place on August 29th, 2026 at Uncle Buck's Barbecue. But until then, next week, join me here again at 6 p.m. Eastern Time as we welcome the High Ground Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, the Dude. Oh, yeah. As we talk about his title reign, his next defense, and the next show. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, I am your former U.S. champion of chili pepper eating, and I am the former number 1 ranked all-time pepper eater in 2023, the Scoville Unit. And this is where wrestling is life. Later.